Robert Charles, the former Bush Assistant Secretary of State. Secretary, it's always good having you. What do you make of how this is, how this is going? And if you're Vladimir Putin, whether it's going to plan. There's so much we don't know, but the fact that he pulled the trigger, quite literally here, regardless of all these threats and future financial sanctions to come, what do you make of it all?
Well, there are always, Neil, more uncertainties when you go to war than there are certainties. But I would just tell you, I see sort of 3 or 4 broad implications out of all this. The first is territorial, the second is economic, the third is diplomatic, and the fourth is sort of an opening chapter, an opening scene in a big battle of ideas, which really goes back to that China-Russia pact. In terms of territorial, what we don't know is how extended is this engagement going to be? Is this 1938, Sudetenland, the beginning of an enormous conflict which engages all of Europe in some way or another, whether it's cyber, whether it's economic, whether it's kinetic? Or is this just a limited effort, as Mr. Putin seems to be trying to tell the world, even as he uses his other hand to throw the punch, that somehow this is just about Ukraine? Remember, Kiev was not part of the original incursion that they had a couple of years ago. So this is quite an extension all by itself, and it'll probably go on for weeks. The second piece is economic. And, what people are not remembering, I did agree with the Admiral just before here, but what people are not remembering is that Europe right now gets about 30% of their oil and about 40% of their natural gas from Russia. It's very easy. In fact, there are early rumored reports that they're already beginning to turn energy off at times for pieces of Europe. If you throw sanctions on the oil sector, you will get a counterforce or a counter set of sanctions that punish Western Europe and the rest of Eastern Europe. So the economic, this is like two people locked in a death fight, because ultimately, if we are too tough on them, it will hurt Western Europe. And by the way, that goes to SWIFT too. It has a boomerang effect. The third piece is failed diplomacy. I mean, this is obviously another Biden failure of diplomacy. And I say that with Afghanistan in the rearview mirror. This to me seems like feeding chum to sharks, where at first it seems fun and then it gets more dangerous. And of course, the last big thing, Neil, is that we've got this China-Russia pact, and there's really a battle to redefine whether human rights matter, whether democracy and freedom really matter. And so this is maybe the opening scene of a pretty long play.
That's wild. Robert, you laid it out very nicely. Thank you very much.